Well, welcome back everybody. Now, as much as we have been enjoying our morning drives to the property, this will hopefully be the last week that we're doing them, because the mission for this week is to get all the essential jobs done on the static so we can get ourselves moved in.
Another reason we need to get in sooner rather than later is because Jess has told me I'm not allowed to wash the machinery until we get moved in.
But this 3,000 litres of water isn't just for washing the machines as much as John would like it to be. It's for all the little odd jobs around the place, like mixing up little bits of cement, rinsing things off, because it's crazy how much you find you need water when you don't have it.
First time we got to use the old trailer as well. And the old van towed her like a treat. Engine malfunction, like, it's still on though. It did go off, and it's been off for probably...
A week?
Yeah, a week, and I thought, cracked it, but it's come back on, EGR valve again. So the good thing about this one though, it's so old, the light just comes on and you drive it like normal, it doesn't put it into limpo. But Jess is busting out the old Crocs, look.
I am ashamed of myself, but when we're in and out of the static, doing the old work boots is not the one. But since we saw you last, we have continued with our water setup. So we've got our intake set up in the tank, and that runs all the way underneath, and then we've connected it into the water system. But there's a vital component that we need to put in first, and that is our water filtration system and pumps. So good old John from Direct Water Filters has sorted this out for us. Same guy that does all of our water filtration systems in the vans. So we know we are golden with obviously drinking out the tanks and the rainwater and the sediment and all the gunk that gets in. So the way it works is our water comes in here and goes up through this spin down filter. Now the reason John's put that on for us is it saves us having to change these because they get clogged up. And also it will protect our pumps, because if this starts to get clogged with rubbish, we just turn that tap and it can rinse itself out. You don't have to pull it all apart and all that sort of stuff.
Ignore all the million of JG speed fit fittings. It's just the easiest way to do it. If I was doing it in a house, I'd probably copper pipe it, but it'll do for now.
Shall we call this how many fittings can you use on one board? It also has to go in a very small space because it's going in the boiler cupboard behind John there. And then this is a accumulator and pump that we have got off of eBay. It's our first time trying this one, but it was only £70 for both of them, and it comes fitted on this board rather than £70 each item with the SureFlow ones that we usually use. Then the water comes up here into our antibacterial and sediment filter number 1. Then this is an Aragon filter, which again helps to sanitize the water. And then this one at the end is the same UDPAC filter that we use in our vans. Comes up here, goes through our UV light that it gives it the big zap and kills anything that could possibly be left, because let's be honest, it's going to get a battering through here. And then we have safe drinking water everywhere in the house.
The reason we've shown you on the board is because this is the space I've got to get it in.
It's going to be graceful like a baby giraffe, this bit.
Just hope it's not coming out. Like a glove. First time fitting, honest.
You did actually make that look a bit easy, boy.
This caravan is a bit of a hybrid because we're sort of semi off grid, because we've got 240 volt hooked up, but a lot of the appliances we're going to be using a 12 volt, like the water pump, the fan for the toilet, and also the diesel night heater. So I've rigged up a switch panel like you do in the camper van. So all we got to do now is switch the pump on and see if it draws the water up, because I looked on it and normally they're like a 10 metre range that they can pull, but because it's going across into the tank and everything like that, hopefully it works. Well, we've got nothing so far. That's not a good start.
What, no water?
No.
Got ways to come though. Oh man.
There we go. Through 1, through 2, into 3. Now for the leak. We got a leak.
Oh, for goodness.
She's dripping. Take 2. Oh, slow down.
Everything looks good under here.
Whee! No, no leaks. You might have seen the towel. That is a veteran at work there. The one I'm looking forward to the most is the shower, because we've not tested that yet.
Oh yeah. Should we see if it actually works? Well, we've not tested any of the water yet, have we? All right. Oh, look at that pressure!
That's good,
Yeah.
that. I never thought it'd be that good.
Sexy, that. Woo!
You can't moan about that, girl.
I cannot moan about that. We have water, we have pressure, but do we have hot water?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, baby.
What's the pressure like with hot and cold, though?
Well, that's just pure hot like that. Look, I don't know if you can see.
It's getting steamy in here.
Ow, I ate my shin. That's what happens when I try and be sexy. The last piece of our water puzzle is how we're going to stop it from freezing. Now, this tank should be perfectly fine. One, because it's 1,000 litres, and that's an awful lot of water to freeze, especially when in the UK we don't consistently stay below zero. But also because it is black and it's south facing. So it'll have the sun on it all day and hopefully keep it nice and warm. But where we are quite vulnerable is under the caravan. Because this was just an old summer holiday caravan, none of these pipes under here have been insulated. And when the water sits stagnant in it overnight, especially because it's only a small amount, it is really vulnerable to freezing. So I'm going to use these basically pool noodles with a slit in them. And you just flop them over the pipe and squeeze them on. And hopefully that will keep us liquid. Infuriatingly, yesterday afternoon, I was 2 noodles short from finishing insulating under the caravan. But apart from that, we now have a fully functioning water system, which is very, very exciting. But before we get going this morning, we've got another essential bit of kit that we need to show you. Rip it, baby!
Now this isn't ours, this is my mum and dad's, and I think personally it's a bit more of their mobility scooter, we're going to call it.
Yeah, we're going to call it their mobility scooter.
My dad assures me it's an essential bit of kit for the old property, and I think you can tell the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, does it? Should we see if it does burnouts?
Go on.
It does a bit of donut.
Go on, donut, donut, donut! Really wishing I'd won a sports bra today!
The only thing is, I've seen a lot of clips where they roll these, so I have to be a bit careful. Oh. Like I said, essential bit of kit. What a beauty! Little 600cc 2-cylinder engine in it. It needs a bit of work. It's got a steel tray in the back, so it's a bit heavy, but that tips up, so it's like a little tipper trailer as well. I think he's going to put some all-terrains, and I think he's even going to do
He's going to do a bit of a TBT special on it. It's going to get painted up. I think they're going to keep it in Go Faster red though. But she is a proper little gem. And I have to give it to your mum and dad. It has come in really useful already around the place.
Sure it has, Jess. They're meant to be working. Who said building a house not fun, eh?
I think buying beat-up machines is in the Payne family DNA.
Where do you think I got it from? But it does need a little bit of engine work as well. When it's cold, it wants to stall all the time, but my dad will sort that, don't worry about that. I was a bit sceptical when he was buying it. I was thinking, 2 acres, do we need something like this? But one thing is a lot of fun, isn't it?
And John forgot to show you when he was doing his little tour, she's got diff locks as well, so she's a proper little machine. Now we've got the adrenaline pumping and we're razzed up, ready for the day. It's time to take on this great big mess so we can get ourselves moved in. Now, it's fair to say things have been a little bit crazy lately with us going backwards and forwards so much and working really long hours so we can try and get ourselves in this place. And that's where I want to thank the sponsor of this week's video, Y Foods, because it's made a really big difference for us. Now, I have seen these about online a fair bit, and I'm not going to lie to you, I was pretty skeptical. You all know how much I love my food, and the idea of replacing a meal isn't really me. However, these are incredibly convenient and allow you to get a nutritionally balanced meal very quickly and easily, which is something we've needed lately. They give you 26 vitamins and minerals and 30 grams of protein plus fibre, which is much better than reaching for junk food and snack food. Plus, this keeps you full for 3 to 5 hours, which again, I was like, I don't know, but I can attest to the fact that it really does. The meal replacement shakes come in a range of different flavours, which you can try in their taster pack. You've got happy banana, fresh berry, cold brew coffee, classic choco and smooth vanilla. My favourite at the moment is the happy banana. They also do these little snack bars to help keep you going, which you can try in the taster pack. My favourite, because I've tested them all, is the salted caramel, which tastes just like, at Christmas, you get the assortments of chocolates. They taste just like the fudgy ones. However, unlike the assortments of chocolates at Christmas, these have an A nutritional value rating. So if you wanted to give Waifus a try, they've given us a 10% discount on all of their products if you use the code TrueBlueYouTube. I'll put a link in the description for you. Cheers. Any guesses what it is? This might help, but this bit definitely should. Our little homemade composting toilet. We decided for the caravan to build our own toilet because 1, we're not limited on space, 2, we're not limited on weight, and 3, composting toilets seem to be getting more and more expensive. So for this, I was able to make the box just out of scraps of wood that we had laying about, so that's completely free. The toilet seat was £12 off of Screwfix. The separating urine diverting part was £38 off of eBay. And inside we have a free bucket. So currently we are owed £50 for the toilet.
Out with the old and in with the new. But the only thing is, it might look the part, but does it work all right?
Shut up, oh my God! No.
Good. You're not doing the joke.
I am doing the
You're not doing the joke.
Well, I was going to say something.
When Jess thinks of jokes, she's like, I've got a joke. And then she tells me, she's going to go on about me being premature. How she knows, I'll never know. But anyway, get on with the toilet.
We now have the plumbing in anyway. So, obviously you lift your toilet, you've got your separator. Now this does mean that boys have to sit down for a wee because otherwise there's all kinds of mess. And then underneath, we just used a bit of the old guttering pipe, so that was $3.95 as well, to have the pee run outside. Yeah,
and I've done it on with the guttering clips as well. So when this shuts down, it lines up exactly so you don't accidentally get it mislined and then pee goes everywhere. Yeah. So
this bit will also be siliconed in, but I want to do the whole thing with Danish oil so that it's waterproof before we do that. And then you'll see in this corner by here, there's another great big hole, which is where John has 3D printed this cowling.
What have I done?
He's 3D printed it, boy!
Oh, yeah, right.
So that will come down, and then we're going to clip a pipe on it underneath, and it will take the sometimes not so fresh smelling air out the other side, so you don't have it at the door.
Yeah, because we always go on about the fact that these toilets don't smell, but what does smell is sometimes the gas that comes out. I don't know, every now and again it almost wash.
And we've always found with composting, separating, whatever you want to call them, toilets, that you do need a fan. So this is a silent computer fan off of Amazon, £8. So the cowling just slips in to this hole here. Then we'll screw the fan on the top, wire it in, and jobs are good. But across the hallway, and we're on to the office.
Now this used to be the bedroom, had 2 single beds in here, and we're not really too bothered about resale, to be honest, because like a camper van, you just do it to what you think, and then whoever's buying it has to like it or lump it, really. And we're trying to reuse as much materials as we can, so it's a bit cheap what we're going to be doing here, but it's always going to be an old caravan.
It's going to be functional.
So you remember the door that used to be here? Well, we've ripped that down, and that is what's going to make our desk along here, because it'll match all the furniture and everything like that. And I've guessed when we come to sell it, a lot of people work from home nowadays, don't they? So, but I always go on about how there's brilliant bits of kit for the workshop with tools. Well, one bit that isn't brilliant and is absolutely rubbish is this. This is a stud finder / electric metal finder. It's a quite old one. I don't know why I've kept it, to be honest, because it never works every time I use it. Maybe if I got a Milwaukee one, that might be better.
Oh, would it really?
But when you put it on here, turn it on, and then if you go across, there's a little stud here, I can feel it, and it's meant to tell you where the centre is.
Well, that's a different spot already.
Yeah. So if I go there, look, that's the centre. I'll do it again.
Oh. Yeah, that's not the same
It keeps
spot.
going.
Rubbish bit of kit?
In the bin. Yeah, a rubbish bit of kit for the workshop. Jess also said this morning that she misses the panel saw, didn't she? And you might remember what this is. This is the door out the shipping container as well. But I can't wait. Now we're doing a few bits in here. I can't wait until this is all set up with the old panel saw, drop saw, benches.
Look at your little face.
We haven't done the ritual either. Showing you Jess. And she's on the toilet. You're not eating on the toilet as well. Oh dear. Like a glove. You know what lesson we've learnt here? Don't ever accept a pepper off a Jess.
We haven't had enough time to stop for snacks, okay? It's my dedication level.
I suppose...
And also, no, I'd like to add, I finished the pepper before I wiped.
The question is, what was you doing? One or two?
Of course only a wee.
Oh, of course.
That would not be okay. But John said at the beginning of our office build out that it would look a bit rubbish. I think it looks full factory. You'd never even know.
Yeah, I silicon around the edge as well because they did it on the cabinet there, so I thought get it matching.
Yeah. So we just need to get ourselves a little black leg to go in the middle here, and then we're both going to have somewhere to sit and work, which I think will be the first time. Oh, we kind of just about could squeeze on the Sainsbury's van table, couldn't we? And then in this wardrobe here as well, this used to just be hanging space, which is a bit useless to us. So again, you'll notice it looks full factory, but that is because we've used the door off of the old living room. And the only way you can notice is there's 2 holes in this one where the door handle used to be. And then we've also put in this IKEA storage unit, which gives us loads of useful storage. I think this is probably where the majority of our clothes are going to be.
Yeah, it didn't quite fit, so we had to unscrew that unit. Give it.
But it is obviously a little bit tight, but you can still get in and out of all of these baskets easy enough. So this is our office come dressing room. It is another very exciting day today.
Because it's moving day.
This does not feel real.
Just about fits through the door. Well, the day has not even really started yet. She is doing my head in. Look at her. Oh, yes. On the phone.
All right, well, I'll talk to you soon, okay? Everything ready?
It is, waiting for you.
I was chatting. The time difference to Australia is tricky, all right?
You know what she keeps saying to me as well? She reckons she gets fed up with me calling her the apprentice, so she reckons she's due a promotion. I just went under the caravan. You know what she done? The cable ties. She didn't snip the end of the cable ties. You know, she left a little bit sticking out.
You know why you do that, though? Because when you cut the end of a cable tie, it becomes really sharp. And so when I was doing events, what we did was we'd twist them round the back, so then you wouldn't cut someone when they walked past a member of the public.
This isn't a horse or an event, it's a caravan.
Yeah, and
if you want a promotion,
so if someone
get them cut off.
crawls underneath, they're not going to get like gouged in the face by a cable tie. Up there for thinking.
What snacks you got for the toilet today? This will teach her. This is her lunch for the day. We had 2 sandwiches each. I've already eaten my 2. This is her last one. Just come and check what we're getting in here then, Jess, if this is everything we need to out. You need any of that out?
John, no! You've had your sandwiches! Your mum made this fast because she was feeling sad for me. No! But all this is going to have to wait because we still have one very important job to do that I'm not spending the night here without, and that is to install the heating.
So first thing we need, a small pallet. For fuel for the night heater, we've gone for a 105 litre diesel tank, so it should last us a while.
We're making use of the old leftover materials at the caravan again. This is battening from one of the walls that we took down.
But I've fitted the fuel pickup pipe and the cap I've got vented as well, so when it sucks fuel out, it doesn't collapse the tank. The only problem is 105 litres means 105 kilos. So we need to go fill it up. Good old red diesel. That got me thinking actually. Do you have red diesel in America and Australia?
I think we have red diesel in Australia. I don't know about America.
Well, we filled the van up while I was doing it as well.
Not with red diesel though. Precious cargo.
In this one, yeah?
I'm rolling down the hill.
Not there, the big cheek. It's at this part of the video where I, as the banksman, am meant to tell Jess what to do, and she's meant to listen. She doesn't listen.
No, first of all, John is rubbish at giving instructions. And second of all, I'm in an extremely noisy machine.
I've been a mechanic all my life, guided people with vehicles all my life, but yet I'm the issue. I never had a problem before until now. Bit of luck, come in a little bit. Other way, other way. Yeah.
Go back or not?
Forward. More. Listen to me. We'll do it again.
Over our many years together, I have learned that at this point it's best to just zone out and ponder what it is we're going to have for our dinner. And once that's done, I just sit there thinking, blah, 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 what a know-it-all knobbit. You know, I'm going to get a punch in the throat.
He never listens to me when we're doing it.
No, he gives terrible, terrible instructions.
I do this and she'll go left. I'll do that and she'll go in. Go back.
Your worst instruction you've ever been well.
Can you tell this build's starting to test us?
Are you ready?
Listen.
You need to listen.
Yeah, keep going, keep going. Yeah. So once again, we're going for the auto-turn diesel heater, but this time we're going for a 4 kilowatt. And remember we were saying about fitting this 4 kilowatt to the Sainsbury's van? After seeing it, I don't think we should have done really.
We would have melted.
Look at the size of the pipe. It's a 90mm pipe on that. If you use that for a hairdryer, you could fit your whole head on it nearly.
Be like one of those when the ladies get the perms at the hairdressers.
You look like Caleb. So, but we've put the old mounting bracket on the outside here, and we're just going to mount it.
Whoa, don't drop it.
Like that. So straight to the tank. I'm probably going to mount the fuel pump as well onto the pallet, because even though these are the quiet ones, when you mount them to the chassis, sometimes it still resonates through. So hopefully, if I just stick it on like that, it'll be even quieter.
You might remember that there was a gas heater in here. Now, we have had gas heaters before in a motorhome that we had and in a fifth wheel caravan we lived in for a while. And while they're okay, we know that a diesel heater will definitely keep us warm enough in here, and it just works better for us.
And whilst I don't expect this to break, because it's one of the best you can get, ever since the Parkway in Canada, when we changed that broken night heater in minus 25 or 30 or something ridiculous, I've had absolute nightmares about it. Although there's worse places to change a night heater in the scenic views, the temperature was ridiculous. But
not ideal.
No, so I'm always installing these in somewhere where I can easily get to them. So that's one reason why we're not putting them inside, because one, space, and two, we'd have to cram it in a cupboard. Whereas this way, it's nice and easy to get to. God forbid if anything went wrong.
A little bit more. Whoa. That doesn't sound good.
There's no electric behind there.
Oh my God. Note at this point, we did try and check with the world's worst wall finder tool. Hey! And, oh, beautiful, not gone into my cupboard.
I think we're pretty much done in the nick of time because it's just about to chuck it down out there. And Jess has got a mud scraper in as well. I haven't heard much about that and all the dirt that's coming in the house, but I think we're pretty much there with the night eaters. So we've got the intake vent down there, and then we've got an outlet there and an outlet there. Now these are adjustable as well. So what I was thinking, the reason I've done it is because then that one can blow down that end of the caravan into the bedroom and bathroom, everything like that. And this bottom one here can blow directly into the living room.
What we're hoping will happen is because we've got the vents angled this way, the air will blow out and do a nice little circle around our living room and keep it nice and warm, and then suck back in the intake valve.
Either that or it's just going to be a...
and we'll have a nice warm spot here, and all over there will be absolutely freezing. But the main reason we wanted a diesel heater, and the auto temp specifically, is because of this little natty contraption here. This is called a comfort controller, and what that does is it allows you to thermostatically control the heater. So you set whatever temperature you want, and it will kick in and out and keep it wherever you want.
Yeah, because a lot of people like fires, like log burners and things like that. I'm far too lazy for that. I want to set it at 22. It comes on and off at 22, and that's it.
Yeah. So that's what this beautiful little device allows us to do.
Good thing about the weather though is we're testing out the old rainwater tank, and it's absolutely chucking out the old overflow. So she is brimming, so much so that it's flooding the ground. So I might have to run a pipe off into the field. The good thing about this system, unlike the van, is when it's weather like this, it's only spitting as well. It's not rained that hard and it's filled it up that much. I was well impressed. But on days like today is where we can have the longest showers we want, and we don't have to worry about losing so much water.
Well, we've been for another trip home, got a load more stuff, and we are officially moved in. So come and see our pimped up pad. Does everyone recognise the duvet cover that I bought to go in the pins? At least it's going to get a use in here. We've also put this little storage unit in the corner here. I actually haven't had to put anything in it because we've added so much storage, it's not full yet, although I'm sure we will over time. In here, you might remember we said that we were going to put the toilet in where that toilet is, but we decided not to because if we wanted to add more storage, we could just remove this and then easily put some shelves in and it'd be like a little Fandango walk-in wardrobe. So we've still got that up our sleeve. Into the hallway, we've also put some more of these little shoe racks on the side here. These are just from IKEA and I really like them because they're plastic. So if they get muddy, we can just wipe them down. We've got the dirt trapper mat on the front here. So hopefully we won't make the carpets disgusting. And in this cupboard, we've just added a bunch of shelves because that used to be a useless hanging space. What we will need to get though, you can see here, this one's got laminate on the front, but you can get some iron-on ones because we didn't have any more with the frontage on. So. And
then I put a thermostat. Ever since we've used these for the van, I absolutely love them. So you'll see it's 19 degrees in here.
And then we've got the office all set up as well. And I can't believe we're going to be the best set up we've ever been in our whole lives in our caravan. So we've both got our own little workstations here, swing around chairs. John's got his beloved 3D printer in, and I'm going to steal his thunder because this is very impressive. This makes it look like a proper like office wear table. It's just a 3D printed little bit that he's done, which means that we can bring the cables up through the table there and not have them traipsing everywhere. So I'm impressed with you there, boy. You might recognise this cabinet here. We've done our old favourite and repurposed it. It was on the wall in the living area. But the reason that we've put it here is because of this power socket down here, which would have been a bit useless beforehand because it would have just had cables dangling everywhere. Whereas we're now able to use it as a charging space for all of our cameras. You'll also notice as we go around that we may or may not be using pretty things to disguise where things have been repurposed. So there's lots of screw holes on the top here where it had a weird architrave on the top, but I've just put some boxes and a little plant on it, which you'll also notice when we come into the bathroom because there were some big screw holes here that we couldn't repair with it being laminate. But the toilet is now fully functioning and you can hear the computer fan running and how quiet that is.
Yeah, we've also put some foam along the top of the toilet as well, and we do need to put a bag in that toilet so you don't do what you did when we was in Canada and use it without one.
That was a complete disaster. This area is looking pretty much exactly the same as it did at the beginning of the week. You will notice the addition of our super comfy sofas.
This is a bit of a ritual because when we first bought a house, we had these for months, I think.
Yeah, with a hideous coffee table from the 80s as our coffee table.
We need to bring a camp table as well, so...
We've also got the diesel heater working, and I have to say, great news, the vent system does work the way that we hoped it would, and it doesn't just make a hot spot here, so winning with that. If you guys did want to get an auto-term diesel heater, we've got the same code as we always have, which is TrueBlue5.
But there's not really doing much else with the kitchen for now because, well, we've got a bit of work to do in here first, so...
I've got a few little improvements I'm going to make to the kitchen though, which will be next week. We are going to get this caravan finished next week.
Yeah, so I can't wait to get that done because we can get cracking on outside. So we'll see you next week.